Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to a brand new series. The Patriots have formed the best dynasty of all time, probably the best dynasty we'll ever see. Now they are down bad, so it's time to bring them back up, back to their glory days, back to winning Super Bowls consecutively. If you're ready to watch this series, man, please drop a like and subscribe on this video right now. Comment on who I should draft, who I should sign. Tell me if I did L signings or W signings. I want to hear all the noise. Starting off with Mac Jones, I honestly do not know if I'm going to use him next year. It all depends on who I bring in at quarterback. Not even trying to hate on the guy, but he had a terrible season. He literally got benched for Bailey Zappi, who is definitely not going to be playing for us next year. And we have a top 3 pick, so we could either get Drake May, Caleb Williams. We see how the dice rolls. Maybe Jaden Daniels. With running back, we have Ramondre Stevenson, which sounds kind of weird because he is one of our cornerstones on the offense. And yes, an offense shouldn't be built around a running back. We also have Ezekiel Elliott as the backup. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not trying to bring him back. He's 28 years old. We're in a rebuild mode, so he's not going to do anything beneficial to us. Tight ends, we got Hunter Henry and Mike Gesicki, both on expiring contracts this year. So we have to resign one or the other. I'm planning on leaning towards Hunter Henry since he does have better catching. At left tackle, we have Trent Brown. He played terrible in real life. New England fans absolutely hate him. They do not want him on the team again. But he is an 89 overall in Madden. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep him or not. It all depends on the money. He's in his contract year, so we'll see. If it makes you feel any better, we got first round pick Cole Strange.
We wasted our time watching him thinking he'd be at 104 maybe.
Do we have anybody in the room who recruited Cole Strange?
Longtime Patriot David Andrews. And is this his brother Jake Andrews? I wonder if they have some sort of relation here. But David Andrews, he's 31 years old, 79 overall. He could still play on our team, no doubt about it, but we're going to offload him. One of the key pieces I want on my team on this offensive line is Michael Wenu. He is 24, 25 years old. He's on his contract year. We need to lock him down long term. Dietrich Wise is 29 years old. He's on the wrong side of 20, almost 30. I'm not planning on keeping him for this season. I'm going to try and trade him during the free agency. Lawrence Guy is 33 years old. We just need to get him out of here. He's holding back a key player that I have very high potential on, and that is second-year player Keon White. He was their second-round pick last year out of Georgia Tech, and I just think he's a monster. I think he has extreme potential. Maybe in real life his potential has kind of gone down since Bill was out, but let's see what Gerard Mayo could do in real life. But me, as a coach, we're going to get him. We're going to get him right. Defensive tackle, we have one of the most underrated D tackles in the league in Christian Parmore. We got Josh Uche playing left outside linebacker, 24 years old. I really want to keep him for the long term of this rebuild. We got a really good middle linebacker core between Jelani Tavai and Jawan Bentley. And then we got some good depth with Roquan McMillan and Mac Wilson. The franchise player of the New England Patriots right now is Matthew Judon playing right outside linebacker. They put him out at the edge. He got injured this year, which kind of set him back, but I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna try and trade him. I'm not gonna try and keep him at all. And then we got the main building block on this team, Christian Gonzalez, absolute beast. There's nothing much more to say. He's just a stud. And we got some pretty good cornerbacks. By pretty good, I mean pretty average. We got Jonathan Jones, about to turn 30 years old. I'm gonna try and trade him as well. He is gonna get put up on the trading block. JC Jackson, I'm not sure if I'm going to trade him or not. Try and revive. With the free safety and strong safety, I'm only keeping Jabril Peppers and Kyle Duggar. Everybody else is not going to be on the team next year. If any of you guys cared on who won, what the season awards were, the Ravens won the Super Bowl. Dak Prescott won MVP. Dan Campbell won Coach of the Year. McCaffrey, Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, TJ Watt. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Puka Nacua over CJ Stroud, which is surprising. Shout out to Detroit for making their first Super Bowl ever, winning their first NFC championship. That's a big accomplishment. Shout out to the Lions, man. In my coaching staff, I'm firing Bill O'Brien and firing Steve Belichick. And we're going to bring in Cliff Kingsbury and Gerard Mayo as my offensive and defensive coordinator. Gerard Mayo is still on the pads, but he is not the head coach. And here I'm going to try and re-sign Trent Brown. I'm giving him a pretty hefty contract. We have a lot of cap space to send, and we sent him the offer, but he declined. He does not want to be here. I also offered Kyle Duggar a contract. I really want him to stay on this team. He's a solid safety, and he'll be really good for us. And he also declined. But that's not going to stop me, because in free agency, I'm going to go after him. I'm not paying the franchise tag. It'll be $20 million for that 1 year of a franchise tag. Josh Uche is another guy I really want. I'm willing to pay a little more, overpriced, but I want him on the team. I see his upside. I'm giving him a 5-year deal. We're going to develop him. And Michael Wenu, same goes with him. 7-year deal. I'm overpaying for him, but I do not care because the offensive line is very important. We need a tackle, and he accepts the deal, so we got our right tackle of the future. I told you guys I was going to trade David Andrews. I'm sending him to a contender. Jason Kelsey retired. The Eagles got a center. We got a 3rd round pick. It's a win-win. Another trade I'm going to do. I saw the Ravens had Isaiah Likely on the trade block in the game. And let's give up Devontae Parker. And we get Isaiah Likely and a 5th round pick in this year's draft, which is a big W. A player I really want that I'm going to monitor. They have no cap space right now, but it's George Pickens. He's clearly unhappy in Pittsburgh, and it's time for a change. So whenever they have cap space or whenever he's a free agent, I'm pulling the trigger. Lawrence Guy had to go, and let's get some depth at safety. Let's bring in Nick Cross. He could be a starting safety. He could be a slot corner or a sub linebacker. We needed a left tackle, and Rasheed Walker was available. I'm willing to give up J.C. Jackson. We're offloading a big contract to receive a 75 overall, and he's 24 years old. That's a great trade. If you guys couldn't tell, I'm building for the future, not now. We're going to make this team nasty for the future. As you see here, I'm putting Matthew Judon on the trading block. And Matthew Judon was not the only one. Jonathan Jones as well. He is 30 years old, and we need to look at more options. Here in free agency, there was no way I was going to let this guy walk. I got to bring Kyle Duggar here long term. I just got to. So we're offering him a pretty hefty contract. We have over $80 million in cap space to spend, so I'm not willing to save a dollar here. He was not fully happy with that contract, but we are at the top of the offer board. He is interested in joining us. Another player that I want to bring back is Hunter Henry. He's a veteran. We need to bring him back. He has great catching, and with Isaiah Likely, they'll pair up just nicely, and we're on top of his board as well. A center I tried to go after was Connor Williams. I felt like I was already overpaying, and we're neck and neck with Houston, so I'm not going to be that upset if we don't get him. A guy that had no offers when we were looking was Isaiah Simmons, so I'm going to offer him a contract, 3-year deal. He's a stud in Madden. In Madden, he's a stud. We're going to bring him in. He's going to be insane on our defense. Last player I'm going to bring in is left end Bryce Huff. I'm going to try and sign him. There's 5 other teams going after him, so it's going to be a really tight race. I'm willing to give him a 2-year deal. After wave 1 of that free agency period, we ended up getting Hunter Henry, Kyle Duggar, and Isaiah Simmons, which the best part is that we got Isaiah Simmons. I mean, not Isaiah Simmons. That we got Kyle Duggar. That's who I wanted. Connor Williams ends up going to Houston. But then here's the next guy that I want, Tyler Badaz. I had him in one of my franchises way back ago, and he was a stud. Let's give him a 1-year proven deal. I was also looking at some edge rushers. This guy, Clint Farrell, I guess that's how you call his name. He was very interested in joining us. I've never heard of him before. And then I also saw Yannick Ngakoue. Yannick Ngakoue, you know, he was a stud a couple years ago. I was thinking of bringing him back, but I brought in Clint Farrell. He was interested in joining us. Let's have someone that actually wants to come play for us. We're at the NFL draft, and the Chicago Bears selected Marvin Harrison Jr. first. They did not take Caleb Williams. Will the Commanders take Caleb Williams or Drake May? And no, they take Lati Latu. Does that mean they're staying with Sam Howell? Like, what? We started looking at trades because we have the 2 best quarterbacks on the board still. But then I just came to my senses, and I was just like, we cannot pass up on the best quarterback, probably a generational talent. He's projected to be like one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. He's been since he was in college. So we got to take Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams, welcome to the New England Patriots. And I just wanted to see, where the hell did Drake May go? I'm skipping through picks. He hasn't gone. The Titans, they should take him. They didn't take him. The Falcons should take him. They kept Desmond Ridder. The Bears, they could have took him. They didn't take him. The Vikings didn't take him, and he ends up in the Broncos. He was the 11th pick of the draft, which is insane. In real life, he's projected to go number 2. With our 2nd round pick, there's a lot of great talent still available, but I think we're just going to have to take wide receiver. We have no wide receivers. We didn't sign any in free agency. We have to draft one. Give Caleb Williams some help here. I was looking at Rome Meduze. He was good in real life, but he didn't look that good in Madden. The reason why he didn't look that good in Madden is because Troy Franklin looks so much better than him. With that being said, Troy Franklin, welcome to the New England Patriots. 94 speed. Can we please just catch a ball? That's what I need you to do, is get open and catch balls. And then with our 3rd round pick, as you guys can see, Jaden Daniels was still available. He's projected to go in the 1st round, maybe an early 2nd, and he was still available. But I wasn't going to take him. We have Caleb. I was looking at center. I was undecided between these two. I was undecided between Dylan McMahon. He looked really good. He had good combine stats. His attributes were okay. And then there was Bo Limmer. Bo Limmer looked so much better. In my eyes, I liked him a lot more than Dylan. So, Bo Limmer, welcome to the New England Patriots, man. I wanted to draft Jalen Harrell here. For some reason, I really like his stats. I like his attributes. His stats do not look good, but some reason it was just appealing. But I ended up double downing on Adonai Mitchell, a wide receiver from Texas. And then I had another pick in the 3rd round. I ended up taking Jalen Harrell. Yes, I thought I was going to double down on wide receiver, but I tripled down and take Jalen Polk. He slid way too far down on this draft board. I ended up taking cornerback Tyre Still. In our last pick of the 2024 NFL draft, we took Christian Jones, a right tackle out of Texas. And here's our final draft recap. We took Caleb Williams with the 1st overall pick, and he was a 78 overall. Rounding up with Troy Franklin, 71 overall, 94 speed. Hopefully he's something special. Our center, Bo Limmer, was a 68. Adonai Mitchell was a 70 overall as well. They're already better than half of our wide receivers. Jalen Polk is also a 70 overall. That's our wide receiver 1, 2, and 3 right there.